Well, the dominance versus the National League West, it was extended once again, 19-9 versus squads in that division. And tonight, the Arizona Diamondbacks feeling the pain. What did it smell like? Victory. That's what we told you before the ball game. The Cubs are now 37-12 when they hit 2 or more home runs, and that's what we saw tonight. Offense to help that man on the mound. We told you playoff mode is activated for Kevin Gausman, and that is a sign pointing in the right direction. A shutout win for these Chicago Cubs, 7-0 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. The fellas now 11-11 in road series openers when it comes to getting those W's. And with that said, Cole Wright, Elise Menaker, Lance Brozdowski, we are all in tow. And once again, the fellas, the bats, they look pretty good tonight.
Yeah, and then you were mentioning Kevin Gausman. I start with that just because anytime we've been talking about the role that this team can get on, goes to the starting pitching for me. I mean, you get a really solid start from Kevin Gausman, and off of that, the offense, they get cooking, you get some long balls in there, and just a really nice win all around.
And when you're able to give yourself a little offensive cushion, it makes it that much easier to go out there and pitch, and Kevin Gausman is certainly locked in, Lance.
Yeah, he looked fantastic. I mean, I thought this was a very winnable game. I was kind of trashing the D-backs in the end of our pregame
you did
show.
bring up some valid points.
I just kind of think they're a fraudulent team, and the Cubs took advantage.
Fraudulent team.
Yeah.
The Arizona Diamondbacks, according to our guy Lance Brozdowski, about as good as a $3 bill, and not currency you want. So let's get to some professional grade plays presented by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana GMC dealers, and we're focusing our attention on Kevin Gausman. 7 innings pitched, 94 pitches, 67 strikes, and the one thing that's fantastic, 29 called strikes, Lance. That's the most in one game by anybody in the Bigs all season.
Crazy. I mean, he was pumping four-seam fastballs. Did you see one right there at Corbin Carroll? I mean, this was the adjustment that he seemed to make. If you look at his prior couple starts, he was throwing a lot of splitters. We'll hit a board here just on that 66% four-seam fastball. It's a big, big jump from his prior 3 outings. The big thing I'll point out, in baseball, when you identify a weakness in another team, the Diamondbacks are bottom 5 in terms of expected slug against righty four-seam fastballs. You've challenged that team to make an adjustment in game. The D-backs went this entire game and were not able to adjust to Kevin Gausman. This is just a layup. If I can identify it, the Cubs can identify it. It's an easy path for him to take to kind of go back and get back on that first start he had where he was much more locked in than his prior 2. So things are looking up for him. I thought he looked great.
Yeah, I was going to say that because his fastball hasn't been as effective since he has joined the Cubs, then it was a good start, like you were saying, to take advantage of a weakness, but also trying to hone back in on something that you need to be your strength because his splitter has been so good. And so he'd been waiting for that fastball to really, kind of match what he's been doing with that splitter. And I think pumping strikes early was a big part of it, just attacking the zone and having maybe some confidence there, knowing that if he can locate it, the D-backs won't do much with it.
Oh,
that's a wiener dog in the heart?
Yeah, no, that's Kevin. That's Anthony Rizzo's dog, Kevin. Yeah, everyone knows what it's like to be a dog. And Kevin Gausman, that's what we saw tonight. We saw him go out there and tap in to that playoff mode. Will we continue to see that? Well, let's keep things moving. Let's get to our insurance play of the game, presented by Insure on the Spot. And, well, it's all about the long ball. We told you about Kevin Gausman getting after it, and Michael Conforto. Well, if it has to do anything with meatballs right there, I'll load everybody up. And then Cars driving this one out of the ballpark, 392 feet. And these cats clearly locked in on that long ball. And Cars, we saw him with the bat flip and then the finger point, and that meant that it was business time. You see some of these guys right here in the thick of the mix, all putting their fingerprints on the ball game. Ian Happ, 2 for 5, a single, an RBI double, but Michael Conforto down there having himself a whale of a day. 3 for 3, a 2-sacker, the 2-run pop, a knock, and 2 runs scored. And that right there, in and of itself, it earned him a one-on-one with Taylor McGregor.
Thank you. Well, Michael, I could ask you how you went down and got that slider, but I'm just curious, when you hit a home run, what's the best part?
Jay Bruce told me one time when we were at the Mets, he's like, hitting a homer's the coolest 20 seconds in sports. You just get to run around the bases, no one can get you out. And it's, just the feeling of like connecting perfect with the ball. I don't know. I mean, in my sports life, there isn't a better feeling.
That's a great answer. Pedro Ramirez has been so good for you guys, filling in for Dansby Swanson. What stands out about his approach at the plate night in and night out?
I mean, Pedro's just he's an incredible player. He can play so many different positions. He hits from both sides. He never looks sped up. He never looks out of place. He's just one of those guys, when you look at him, you're like, This guy has a low heart rate and just like mature beyond his years. So we're really lucky to have him.
And then Kevin Gausman really attacking with that four-seam fastball tonight. What did you see from the hitters in the response to that pitch?
I mean, when Goss is on and he's commanding everything, I mean, but like you can look at my numbers off of Goss. I was so happy we got him. That splitter's nasty, and when he throws the four-seam behind it, you know, and he's like just pounding the zone, it just makes it so hard. You start playing the guessing game, and then he's got you right where he wants you. So I love watching Goss on my team dicing guys up.
Thanks, Michael. I think we got to give a shout out to Nanny's meatballs again. They're still cooking.
Yeah, Nan, if you're still watching, the meatballs finally settled in, and you know they're working. So I love you, Nan.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Something tells me those meatballs, they have nothing but gravy, not sauce. That's what the traditional ones are called. It's all about that gravy. And we saw the fellas slather on a little extra right there tonight. You see Michael Conforto, the last 2 seasons with the Dodgers, 12 home runs. That's the last 2 seasons, 2025. But this season right now, a whole different, new and improved Michael Conforto. The slug through the roof, 473. Can someone try to get Michael's grandma to cook some meatballs for the whole team? The secret recipe to share with the squad. Maybe the Cubs will hire her as that personal chef. Who knows?